10
Mhm.
seconds remain.
There's a couple changes here, though. Hiko is now
5
on position 2. He's playing in the mid lane, formerly in position 4, and it makes a lot of sense because Hiko's really good with these like high skill execution support heroes like Rubik. So
Mhm.
it's going to be really neat to see, and I love this guy. He's super friendly. Uh,
Radiant's
he was
turn to
messaging me about a couple things that he was trying in the mid lane. I don't want to give any away here. He'd probably stop telling me some of the stuff that he's trying out if I did. But I get to talk about it if he picks it up last year. We'll see.
Dyer's turn to pick.
All right, I get to talk about it now. He picked up the
Ooh.
Snapfire. He's been
There we
practicing
go.
Snapfire mid.
There we
Oh,
go.
my
Wait. Repeat that to me.
He's been
Snapfire mid.
Snapfire mid, baby. Ooh.
Okay.
He's been running this stuff in his pubs. He's been running it in a couple other things. I'm excited to see it. Of course, this is somebody he played before because he's a position 4 player. It makes sense, but it's gonna be beautiful to see.
Are you
Team
sure it's
Brazil's
gonna be
probably
Snapfire mid? Please, I've seen Snapfire 3, but mid?
You're in for a treat, B Cup. Buckle up, okay? Buckle up. Chug back your monster energy.
I'm in.
Keep those eyes peeled.
I'm ready. I think I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready. I keep saying I'm ready. I don't know if Snapfire mid is definitely one of those things that I'm like, that'll never happen. But then you've got things like Ancient Apparition mid that used to happen, so who knows? Anything can happen. If it's not Sapphire mid, I'm about to be the most disappointed person. So you've just hyped me up. Don't put me here if it's not gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Hiko would never disappoint me.
Better happen. Be very, very disappointed.
Right, they pick up the Tango last year. That'll probably go in the.
So is that a 5 Abaddon?
It's sorry. Who was Sliddon? Was that 4DR Tavo again? I just
4DR.
brought it up again. This is 4DR. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. KID on Pangolier, so we've got comes to be late, so he's gonna be the one. Yeah, right.
Mid
Is he gonna go into
Snapfire.
the mid lane with this one? Yeah. Hiko, Snapfire, head towards the mid lane.
Against the Queen of Pain. Okay. I'm so in this right now. I am so happy for this. I'm like a kid in a candy shop. Hopefully I
Me
get the
too.
Willy Wonka gold ticket. I don't want to be disappointed. So, I mean, I saw Moxie in chat. She's like, Hiko, gonna bring it. I feel like I'm in for so much disappointment right now if this doesn't go well. I don't know.
I believe. Look at how happy the Snapfire is looking. He gets to go mid. Look at Mortimer down there.
Mortimer makes me...
Mortimer's like a big stupid pug.
Yeah. But he's so great.
He is. Yeah, I feel like I haven't talked about the rest of the draft enough because I was.
The rest of the draft doesn't matter. You've got a mid Snapfire.
Yeah. The Abaddon's good for several reasons, though. Of course, you can purge off the static store, or sorry, the Thunderstrike and the sticky napalm from the Batrider. Picking up purge for the Batrider right away was really good. I already touched on that briefly. That's good for multiple reasons. Yeah, Queen of Pain pulled the Tangos, and Snapfire pulled the Tangos as well. So this is the starting build for the Snapfire mid, everyone. I'm seeing it for the first time myself here. It's a double circlet, Gauntlets of Strength, Branch, Fairy Fire, 2 Tangos shared.
Look at Mortimer.
Right, take notes.
Look at the excitement on Mortimer's face.
It's beautiful. You love to see it.
If somebody could just sketch this right now for me, let me zoom in a little bit.
I believe Ruby was in the chat earlier. He's done some Snapfire art. I'm not sure if I'm mistaken though.
Say
Huh?
I'm actually talking about Mortimer. I'm having a good time over here. I'm in showcase mode.
Who's a good Nev? You are.
Thank you, Nev.
curious to see how this one goes. I'm not sure if they know they're playing against the. Well, I'm sure they know they're playing against the Snapfire, the mid lane. These teams probably screaming against each other quite a bit. Abaddon only starting with. Well, he's got another 135 gold and might get himself a salve as well, but just starting with the Magic Stick, Sage Mask, and one Tango is interesting. I do like him rushing this Ring of Basilius here, though. Again, if you're with somebody who spams a lot of spells, and he's probably going to be laning with his Arc Ward, and whoever want to put him up against like the Bat Rider and Disruptor potentially. They both. Yeah, Crispy starting with a magic wand, like a full wand, is super weird to me. It feels a little bit like a waste of gold. You're spending 150 on the recipe, and you just get like one extra all stat. I'm thinking that you probably want something that gives you extra damage for last hitting instead of harassing the enemies, but I guess if you want to build up 20 stick charges right away, go for it.
Gotta get those stick charges. And then not drop your stick. Okay. Snapfire's going bottom with RDO at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, this one makes sense. These two have a lot of kill potential together. Unfortunately, Ursa did go the Orb of Venom at the start, so he's not going to be able to just run people down. You would have a little bit of trouble doing it to either of these heroes down here, though. King RD on the Pango and Mirana on the... Sorry, Flea on the Mirana. Mirana on the Flea.
30 seconds now.
Mirana on the Flea.
Leap to get away. I'm interested in seeing this egg scramble strat play out.
We egg scrambling over here. Something that didn't make it with me during the move. It was in a box that didn't make it to my apartment. Very disappointed. My bread pan, my egg scrambler.
You have an egg scrambler?
Yeah, I had an egg scrambler.
Throne of
A little,
greatness.
what's it called? Oh, like an egg whisk kind of thing.
The only thing like that I have is a waffle iron because I hate pancakes but love waffles.
Who are you? Do you have ice cream on call just for waffles all mode?
I do. I keep ice
Let's
cream
go.
in my freezer at all times. It's a social food, dude. You never have it by yourself. And since I'm a gamer, I sit alone in my house a lot. So I just never end up using the ice cream. But whenever I see it on sale, I buy it. So I have a problem that my freezer is just filled with ice cream and cat food. But back to the game.
Here is all that matters right now. Snapfire against Queen of Pain mid. What's the build? Is it straight? Like, do you get Little Shredder? Is there a different build at all?
I don't know. He just told me that this is what he was. I was like, Hiko play in the mid. I sent him some anime videos as me and him do with each other. He's like, this is what I'm doing. I can't wait for you to see it. I can't wait to see it either. Look at him. He just blasts him with Scatter Blast. He tries to walk up, gets a couple right clicks off on him. Look at Queen of Pain's HP. Look how low it is. My god, this is their punishment for walking up to him and have the audacity to think you can use Shadow Strike on this man. You lose all of your health. He could just kill him right now. He's in kill range. If he jumps forward with a Snapfire cookie and Scatter Blast him, he's dead.
I feel like this is the egg scrambler. It's not the Mirana. It's
scrambling
definitely
his
the
brains.
Snapfire.
The eggs inside this man's head
Because you
are
can't
being
get too
scrambled.
close if you're 40R. You just get a creep, Fire Snap Cookie on you. You gotta be very careful.
I feel like we should touch on the other lanes at least, but I'm more so
Other
interested
lanes,
in...
schmother lanes. But yeah, let's do it. Ooh. Dio. We'll see how this goes. Arc Warden and the 5 Abaddon. For a while, I think a lot of people were saying 5 Abaddon just wasn't that good at all. But I guess here might be a little bit of a different story. Like, we were seeing a lot of 1 Abaddons. Like, specifically, we'd see, like, Moo play the 1 Abaddon or 3 Abaddons. And 5 kind of felt like it lost its value. Although...
Yeah.
Oh, arrow? Doesn't land on a duster. That's close. Flea, not scrambling.
No, not yet. Unfortunately, he hasn't hit his scramble, or he hasn't gotten a chance to hit no eggs yet. He's doing his thing down here though. He's keeping the enemies pushed back pretty far. They almost got the kill onto the Disruptor, or sorry, the Ursa. Sorry, Disruptor the first time. actually misses the arrow as well. It's something that Fleet isn't really doing. Some people will throw out their arrows, so if they don't line up with the hero, they'll at least hit a creep afterwards, and you get a little bit of something for using that mana. But Fleet just pretty hard to on trying to hit the Ursa. Or they'll throw it out towards the range creep as well, just to make sure to secure that last hit there.
Gosh. Bottle first item here for the Snapfire. Is this gonna ruin Pubs if he wins?
And pubs are already ruined. Everyone's looking in and thinking, yeah, that seemed pretty good. He blasted that Queen of Pain pretty hard at the start. Just like seeing, apparently Thompson was owning pretty hard with like techies mid in Southeast Asia when he was over there on his vacation. And a bunch of other people started doing it. Not that it was good. We don't see techies mid anymore. It's Thompson being Thompson. It is a treat to see new things come out though.
Ooh, looking for 40R, but then now focusing their attention as the Fire Snap Cookie lands in there. First blood. All right, Pubs are ruined. Hiko gets first blood. Scatterblast, like maxing Scatterblast is, it already feels so good. Like you don't get these levels when you're a support, but here now as a mid, solo experience, and you know you get that, you get to have gold. Hiko in some trouble, not looking like he's gonna live through this one. Pub's no longer ruined.
I'm sorry. Did you say?
Yeah, unfortunately he was a bit too far for a bit too long. He did have his second bracer coming out. He had a magic stick coming out in clarity. He might have been fine if he had all these abilities to fall back on, but played too far up. Of course, 4DR sees that, take advantage of it, and gets that kill back on Hiko. Bottom lane.
Arrow hits onto the Ursa. Artio not in too much trouble. Artio, yeah, I remember the last time I was watching that when they were Midas Club. Artio missed the first couple days, like he didn't have internet or something. So,
Dire's middle tower is
they were playing with Murdoch.
For the ether.
And then Artio came in. It seemed like he was playing a lot better with this team.
RDO to save the day.
Is Snapfire one of those heroes over mid that's going to make rotations? Now you've got like Mortimer's Kisses. You don't really have to show yourself in lane, just artillery from a distance.
I think he just takes advantage of being able to spam Scatterblast to harass the enemy mid and CS really quickly. Because again, you're doing what, 290 plus 50% extra point blank range. You're doing quick mass, it's plus 145. I don't know. 435 damage.
Ooh, Fire Snap Cookie lands.
dead.
Mortimer's Kisses. Does he have the
couldn't-
distance? Oh,
He couldn't predict. Oh! Almost.
God. That
is so
is,
much, though.
yeah, that's dirty. Oh, going for the Arcane Rune just denies it. Hiko.
Yeah, if he predicted that blink, you just throw out the Mortimer Kiss into where you think he's about to go, like you're doing a Sunstrike or something. He's just dead there. That's the tech that needs to happen. That's what Hiko's still been practicing, you know? He hasn't released his full power here with the Snapfire mid.
Is it Ags early for Snapfire mid?
It's gotta be.
look to the
You play this with the Ursa, you just throw the Ursa on top of someone with your eggs, they're stunned, and they're taking all that burning damage as well. That's gotta be the play here.
Coming over to help RDO. Duster, he comes through. He doesn't have Glimpse, actually 2 levels in the Thunderstrike. Icarus dive from the Phoenix right over onto the Mirana. Flea burning down, avoids the last Fire Spirit there, so will survive. But a Swashbuckle behind them. I didn't even see that as King RD, he just comes through and gets killed in the Thea Core.
Pay for that with his life, and Duster taking a bit of damage here as King RD just continues to walk forward onto him, but doesn't want to mess with this bad news bear over here.
Radiant's top tower is in danger.
Leaving the bottle of the tier 1, waiting for the TP back. Human is no, RDO! The bottle!
Wait, what no! That's Ursa's bottle now!
God, he's stolen the bottle! What a thief!
Is he gonna get away with this?
Oh, he dies
Okay.
for it, but that's
That's
okay.
worth it. That is worth it. 650 gold item that can go to anyone on your team now.
I don't believe it.
Dota's a real treat to watch. My God.
That was and he knew it.
Dire's top
Like the
tower
second
is
he
in
dropped that bottle, he ran for it. And I don't know if he like checked his items real quick and then just spotted it because he doesn't have a ward there, or maybe, yeah, maybe he did. I don't know because they just have a sentry there. Did they deward? Yeah, they did. Okay, so they did have a ward.
There was
I
a ward
assume.
there, yeah.
Oh my god,
Dire's top tower is
that
under
was amazing.
attack. There is
By the way, look at the CS. Ursa, Snapfire, and Batrider all towards the top. We switch it over to the net worth. Actually, Phoenix, Theo LaCour getting really low. He switched it over to the net worth, though. Ursa all of a sudden 3,400 net worth. Is he holding this bottle? Of course he is. Why not?
40R almost going down there in the mid lane. He does manage to get the blink off, and of course, Hiko doesn't commit his ultimate to finish him off. So he's sit in the mid lane instead. Secure some CS.
King RD
King
looking for the Rolling Thunder. But Phoenix already coming in. Not a lot of life for the Phoenix, but Rolling Thunder used and, well, goodbye. Okay. Not the best usage of Rolling Thunder.
Well, you did have 40R there on the top lane. Sexy Fat goes down to Costa Bile. Too far up. And of course, once you have that Tempest double flux going on, you have to be very careful. You need allies beside you, you're just going to go down. But earlier, when King RD committed that Rolling Thunder over there onto the Snapfire, they did have 40R there on Queen of Pain, 3 points of Scream, had Sonic Wave available. It was possible for him to go down if he dropped too low onto the Snapfire.
Firefly. KJ. Lasso comes in, not level 6 yet. Does have the Aphotic Shield, but eventually he'll fall. Sexy Fat gets credit for the kill, so gets one back.
middle tower is under attack. Radiant's
And they'll get 2
tower
runes
is
from
under
this.
attack.
Pretty good runes on the other side of the map on Team Brazil, though. That last one is still available down there. They'll probably leave that for the Queen of Pain, though, now with the empty bottle.
Battle Fury. RDO. Leap away there from Flea. He does have the Moonlight Shadow, so we could see some movements, especially with the Queen of Pain sitting level 9 from the side of Team Brazil.
Radiant's bottom tower is in danger.
Yep, they're close in XP, but net worth, Snapfire is just jumping further and
Radiant's
further
bottom
ahead.
tower is no
Tower help Queen of Pain catch up a little bit, but still almost 1k net worth ahead right now on the Snapfire. And this Scatter Blast is so good for clearing creep waves and getting CS. Look at this. Boom.
Moonlight Shadow ends up getting used. Top tower's getting pressured a little bit. They've got the Disruptor as well as the Batrider and Phoenix up here. We'll see how much of a defense they're going to make. They'll bring the Mirana over. They've got Abaddon in, but really
Dire
not
should look to their top tower.
much else. They take the Catapult, so that'll keep the tower.
Radiant have
taking quite a
fortified
bit of
their
damage.
structures against attack.
And our Accordion shifts over towards mid, so I would assume Queen... Yeah, okay, so 40R is going to make the move towards top, but this seems a little bit late.
It is a little bit late. I think they're just, they know that the fight's probably about to break out in the top lane. They want to move the Arc Warden somewhere safe. And of course, immediately they ping out the Arc Warden. They say, okay, slow down this guy's farm. Everybody run at this guy. Jump him. Get him. They know where he is. They know they're in the triangle. While they're smoked up for another couple of seconds here. I'm not sure that these two by themselves are going to have the damage to bring him down now. 1200 HP, 10 stick charges available on Good Relay.
They've got the kinetic field. Costa Bile in some trouble. Here comes Sexy Fat. Sexy Fat, of course, has the lasso, so they've got the lockdown, and with Hiko coming over as well as the Ursa, they do have the damage to get the kill into Costa Bile. So 5 heroes commit to this kill onto the Arc Warden. That'll leave Queen of Pain to find some farm in the rest of the team, but arrow doesn't land. Static Storm is there. That was a Fire Snap cookie to avoid the arrow. Nicely done by Hiko. And 2 kills for the side of Haven Liberty. Okay.
Well, 40-year-old's got to get out of there. He does have the regen rune to heal back up, but that was an excellent kill there over onto the Arc Warden. Moves straight from the enemy triangle, then onto the mid tower afterwards. This is,
Tower is under attack.
they're playing fast.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
DD on Snapfire, and yeah, as you can see, Wand queued up next, and then right after that, they're going for that Aghanim Scepter. Just like you mentioned on the Snapfire. Ursa doesn't need to go blink, he's just going straight Battle Fury. So you have that gap closer plus stun. It's like you've got like an Abyssal Blade or something to gap the distance. Instead, you just have it Snapfire launch you with people. I can't wait to see this come online here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this combination's gonna work.
Radiant should look to their middle tower.
I'm liking it so far. And I'm also appreciating how Hiko never stops taunting. Or is he bugged out? Yeah, he's definitely bugged out. Are you seeing this?
Yeah, he's like floating. He's doing a handstand.
This guy's got some moves.
Is under attack. Radiant should look to their middle tower.
They're all set up here towards top. And they're gonna take this tower and immediately smoke out afterwards.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Only 4 kills apiece, but the Arc Warden, he's getting that net worth. It's a bit scary. I know the game in terms of net worth is close, but there's the Maelstrom. Like, the farming's just gonna go higher and higher in terms of pace. Like, Costa Bile, yeah, he died. He died for the first time over here in the triangle, but I don't know if Haven Liberty are pressuring enough.
They're trying. I mean, they did do that smoke yank that moved all the heroes all the way across the map to get on Costa Bile here. But like you said, he's got the Midas, he's got the Maelstrom, he's going for these Boots of Travels next. They're definitely on a timer here. This guy is extremely dangerous if you let him get online. And he's just been so highly valued. A lot of teams have just been like first picking Art Warden. Team Nigma, for example, I believe they've just been picking in the first round every single game.
I think he just got this wand queued up. Because he's got the Boots of Travel recipe queued up as well, so I just think he's going into the Ags and he's keeping that stuff queued up because he's lazy. Alright, Duster's Courier gets taken out by King RD.
Top tower is under attack.
Killing a former teammate's courier. Always drama.
Mid lane, it's like they're trying to get the mid tower as well. Team Brazil. Question is if they can get over here to stop it in time, but everyone just walks away, disengages. They know that the enemy team's coming and they know which direction they're coming from, so they disengage and start heading towards bottom for DR.
Yeah, really a quiet game thus far. You know, just 16 minutes into the game, and who does that benefit more? Team Brazil?
I would say that it benefits Team Brazil more. Again, it's not so cut and dry. It's more so, okay, which team is going to hit certain item timings? Can you slow those item timings down? Yes or no? In this case, it's like if you have the Battle Fury and Ursa, you're going to farm extremely quickly while you wait for your Snapfire to get this Aghanim Scepter. Once that comes online, getting onto that backline and killing the Arc Warden becomes a lot easier. The question is if you can get 1 or 2 items that'll let you disengage from the Ursa. After that, you get a Force Staff or Hurricane Pike, or you just have your Boots of Travels finished. Because if all you've got is Midas, Maelstrom, Boots of Travel, as soon as Ursa gets thrown at you with that gobble up and throw, you're just dead. You become a gold pinata to the Ursa.
Or gobble up and spit out, not spit up, as I said. I was wrong the first time. It's such a fun ability to watch.
It really is.
It's such a wild amount of distance, too.
I recently just climbed up a bunch of MMR. Snapfire was not a hero I was good with, but a hero who I won a lot just because I had such a good time. It was positive influence on my team playing it.
Maybe I'll spam it in the 4. Or mid.
Just
Who knows?
telling my team, are you ready to go further than any, God, what heroes were they playing? Like, Earthshaker and stuff. You ready to go any further than any Earthshaker has gone before? I have Aether Lens, Telescope. Just toss him, 3,000 range.
Thought he got
3,000
that
range.
deny.
Yeah.
Orchid finished for the Queen of Pain. So 40R's got the Orchid. You've got Arc Warden, who's going towards the Mjolnir. People's Gift, always a nice tier 2 neutral item to pick up. And the offlaner, the Pangolier, going for that Eul's. I like the Eul's a little bit, but I don't know. I'm more of a fan of like a Blink Dagger on the Pangolier. Especially like to go with that Queen of Pain where you've got that double initiation, the blink with the Rolling Thunder, as well as coming and maybe follow that up with a with an ult, Sonic Wave. So they go for the Abaddon, Aphotic Shield. Will pop the borrowed time. Arrow doesn't land. Now they've got the Yules, but the lasso in time. And now they've got the damage to destroy King RD. Good Flame Break brings back KJ. He's in some trouble. They've also got the Glimpse. They're right next to a Sentry Ward. They'll bring down a second and probably a third. We will run, but not much distance between him and the Radiant side, especially with the blink forward coming in from Sexy Fat. Mortimer's Kisses get stopped, and eventually Sexy Fat will claim the life of Flea. So 3 kills there for the side of Haven Liberty, and they move right on in Roche.
Yep, wasting no time there. Fight happens right beside the pit. You're playing Ursa. You got Vampire Fangs. It's too perfect not to do. So clear this up, and this puts Snapfire just no, he's got it now. Aghanim Scepter completed, flying out on the courier, and it's go time for Haven Liberty.
And I don't even know if you like. It's one of those abilities, like, it's not strictly for the Ursa. Maybe you want to get the distance for the Batrider. Throw him in there, get a lasso.
Look to their top tower.
Yeah.
Does it break lasso to lasso, gobble up, spit out?
I don't think so, because the only thing that breaks the lasso is if you move like over a certain amount of units at a certain speed. It's some ridiculous thing. But you're not teleporting with Gobble Up. We'll have to test that one in the lab after the game.
Duster, you saw that arrow come in.
They should have done.
I don't know, maybe they were expecting their team, but Sexy Fat gets spit out at the
Damage.
side of Team Brazil. Now the Rolling Thunder comes in onto Hiko. Hiko in some trouble. He's trying to run away back towards his Phoenix, who will use the Supernova. So getting over here is going to be a little bit of a problem. They've got themselves the lasso, but the Aphotic Shield comes out. They'll look to get... What are you doing there, Flea? I don't know if you think you had the time to get the egg, but there was no chance that was happening, and he will die for his sins.
Flea committing too hard to that egg scrambler roll I was talking about, it seems. Just went way too hard into there, and he ends up paying for it. You were so out of position on Haven Liberty there. That should have been an awful fight for you where you wasted a bunch of abilities, but...
Orchid Sonic Wave, that'll hit on a Theo Core. They'll get the kill into the Phoenix. Now they will cover Hiko with the blink forward, but the Flame Break hits 3. Swashbuckle and Shield Crash on to Hiko will do the deed.
You got to be careful when you don't have your Ursa there. Again, he's your frontliner. He's a huge amount of your DPS. If you know that he's not around, the enemy team is just like invited to jump onto your backline to all these heroes. You don't have a bunch of escape on them either. You just committed hard for Aghanim Scepter, Boots of Travel. You need to be playing a little bit tighter together with your Ursa, at least by watching the Queen of Pain's position, not letting her get on top of you when the Ursa's gone. But Ursa does want to be separated from his team right now, given the fact he's got this Battle Fury Yasha build going on. Take advantage and shove out lanes and farm a little bit, but this will slow down their timing a little bit, and they do want to use this Aegis, perhaps push into the enemy base, or at least take all the outer towers in the next 2.5 minutes that they got right now.
King RD. What's he going for? Aeon Disc and Blink. I think he's saving for the Blink Dagger, though. I would assume
Radiant's
so.
bottom tower is under attack.
Flame Break on a KJ. Get the Moonlight Shadow out of that. I'm a little bit surprised, considering that was just the 5 position. Maybe they're still thinking about coming over, and they will. Rolling Thunder gets used. They'll go onto the high ground. They'll look towards the back, but now you've got the Supernova. They get the kill on the Sexy Fat. Rolling Thunder away from the egg, and Gobble Up spit out. That was on to Flea. They also have the Glimpse into the Static Storm, so they will most likely get this kill here onto the Mirana. But now the question is, can they get more? Meteor Hammer used. Will he step into it? RDO trying to fight. That is not the way to go about this. He'll lose that Aegis. They'll get the kill into the Tempest double. And now what's next for the side of Haven Liberty? Because they want to continue forward here on the side of Team Brazil. They look over at RDO. They've got a little Shredder. 2 shots hit on the KJ. Now the rest are thrown forward. But Hiko on the run as the Arc Warden goes to Vile, looking to go back into this fight. They look over at the Ursa Sonic Wave. Mortimer's Kisses coming out, but it's not doing enough damage. They get the kill on RDO. They look over at Hiko. They've got themselves the glimpse on a KJ. That'll get the Abaddon a little bit further out, but this is still Very desperate times for Hiko as well as Duster. KJ right in the face of Hiko once again. Shield crash used by King RD with the Swashbuckle coming over. That hits both the Disruptor as well as the Sapphire. They get the kill on the Duster. They look over at Hiko. They'll find themselves another. They'll claim the bounty, maybe even more. Theo trying to TP out. They've got themselves a Scream as well as the Orchid, but not a way to stop the TP. So a very good fight there from Team Brazil.
Yeah, right now it's just looking like your coordination is a bit off on the team of Haven Liberty. I mean, you're not locking people down during that Phoenix Egg, and the enemy team is just able to disengage. You need like either the kinetic field up, or like Lasso be bringing one of the heroes back onto the egg afterwards. You can't just let the enemy team walk away once you hard commit that ability. Because after your cooldowns are done, Brazil's just been re-engaging, coming back onto you, getting onto your backline, and kiting the Ursa around the fight. Yeah, it just feels like there's that lack of coordination here. You'd be using all their skills together or wait for another couple of items. Ursa does have the Basher finish now, and he's going for the BKB next, but you have several evasive heroes here. It's hard to get on top of the Mirana.
Oh, yeah.
And again, several of these heroes are building Yule Scepters. That's going to make it even more difficult. Just spam Yules on themselves, spam Yules on the Ursa, and suddenly a lot of the damage is taken off.
That's how it's done.
And maybe I had a little bit of trouble with the Yules for the Pangolier, but it's certainly working out. You know, it's not every day that I'm right, so obviously there I'm wrong. Just about that Yules
For
build.
the hunt.
Radiant's top tower is
Here's
under
a,
attack.
you know, he's close to top of the net worth, and it hasn't been exactly that Costa Bioe is, you know, pulling so far ahead, but he's starting to get there, where he'll like spiral out of control.
Yeah, he is starting to get there. Things are going to be more difficult for sure once this Arc Warden has the BKB. Suddenly, it's not easy for you to get on to him and just blow him up with the Ursa, because by the time the Ursa is thrown onto the backline, he just pops the BKB, and the Snapfire spit out isn't going to pierce the magic immunity. You're not going to do that 400 impact damage. You're not going to have the second and a half stun. The Ursa's not going to be able to blow him up.
Go going BKB next, then Desolator.
Illusion.
This is an interesting rest of the build here for Snapfire.
Balance the scale.
I like the Icarus Dive Midas. Not the Midas, the Icarus Dive Meteor Hammer, sorry. Both start with an M. Very fun
It's pretty
interaction.
Being able, once you have that talent, I see this more so in turbo games. Just like once that talent is taken, plus 1100 Icarus Dive range, just Icarus Dive from across the map, drop the meteor hammer on the tower dies.
So they have what, 1 Yules, 2 Yules between the Pango and the Mirana. Disruptor probably going for a Glimmer Cape. Yules on the Phoenix as well as the Meteor Hammer. Force Staff, Blink Dagger for the Bat Rider. He's going into the Yules next. Lincoln's now picked up for that Queen of Pain. Snapfire, like we said earlier, going for the BKB. Massive TPs coming in from the side of Team Brazil. Immediately going into the Rolling Thunder, looking over Hiko. Hiko in some trouble. Orchid now Rolling Thunder, even though with the Yules right on top of the Snapfire and dead. Hiko positioned by himself inside the Dire jungle.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Bottom tower is under attack. Dire's
Leo Gen here on the other side of the map. He's just going way too far forward. He can't be on the front line. Yes, he has a bunch of HP, but they don't have the damage outside of the Ursa to be able to punish Team Brazil when they commit on him. The positioning hasn't been that amazing with it either.
is under attack.
So they get the kill on Snapfire, they get the tier 1 top tower, and they get control of the enemy map. Roshan respawning in 2 seconds here. They're going to see it with these spark rates. And what's to stop them from really taking this here?
Yeah, maybe
They've now set up around the pit.
Scanning for
just the
enemies.
Snapfire coming up in 7 seconds. We'll have a TP to get back towards the tier 2 tower, and they want to go for this, so We'll see how they try to maybe defend against Dire taking this Roche, but it'll be difficult. Flame Break pushes them all out of the pit, so now you know that they're there, and they're so close to taking this Roche that I don't know if it's really an easy choice to make the evacuation from the pit. Got themselves the Yules, but the lasso comes in onto the Pangolier. They've got the Mortimer's Kisses. That's got to be laid down onto somebody else, though. It's onto this Arc Warden who's used the BKB. They get the kill on the Duster. Now they look over the rest. Hiko in some trouble. With the Shadow Strike, chases on. Rolling Thunder finally lands, but now, do you have 40R as well as King RD out of position? And really the question gets answered right there as they get the kill on Hiko with the Sonic Wave and they only lose King RD. So, 1 for 2, that favors Team Brazil, and I think enough so that they can get back into Roche if they really wanted to. They're actually going to look over to Phoenix. They've gotten themselves the silence, the TP out. Ooh, close, no, the arrow in time. So now you've got another kill. Things just not looking good for Haven Liberty.
Yeah, and with that, they are going to be able to take this Roshan. Unfortunately, they did still have the Phoenix Egg up, but it is just too easy. Team Brazil's getting onto the back line way too much. Of course, Eris is just spending the majority of these fights walking around, can't get on top of the targets. Yes, he has his BKB now. Yes, they did have like the gobble up, spit out combination for the Ursa, but it hasn't quite been working, especially with these Yule Scepters to keep people up in the air and draw out the fights a bit longer. Another arrow, despite that Shadow Amulet, Disruptor goes down as well.
Yep. So just a 10k lead, pinging out Vision potentially from Team Brazil.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like this BKB isn't enough by itself, though. He needs an Abyssal Blade to go with it to get on top of these heroes.
So now they got the lasso out onto the Mirana. These right clicks coming through. All of a sudden, King RD, he's in trouble too. Fleet takes a lot of damage. King RD on the run. They pick up the Force Staff onto the Arc Warden, so he's still close enough to be into this fight. Goes to Bile, throws down a Spark Wraith. King RD, he's got Swashbuckle to retreat, as well as the Blink Dagger. No more Rolling Thunder, though. That was almost quite a bit of damage from the Battle Fury and the right clicks coming in from the Ursa.
Yeah, Abyssal Blade, and he'll have that covered. He can just jump on top of the Pangolier while he's inside his ult and smack him down.
Up on the high ground, they've got themselves the Orchid. Now the Dome is down, Sonic Wave is used, Static Storm comes in as well as the Kinetic Field, but it's not going to keep them inside. They've got the Calypso back! Now the Tempest Devil as well as the Queen of Pain are dead! They get the first life out of the hands of the Queen of Pain, they get the kill on the King RD, they're going to look for the rest. Now back alive for the second time, 40R trying to get the kill on RDO, but RDO, he starts withstanding all the damage that Team Brazil are throwing his way. The BKB's been popped by Costa Bile, they've got themselves the Mortimer's Kisses coming down, but RDO, he goes back in right on a Costa Bile, he ends up dead! BKB's about to wear out on Costa Bile, but it does not matter. Costa Bile is now on a killing spree, and they will take out the Phoenix as well as the Ursa. That was so good for Haven Liberty until they lose the Ursa. Now they're going to lose the Batrider.
Once this Earth is down, that's their damage and their front line. There's just not that much they can do. And, inside these team fights, it's just Hiko running out of mana, or Hiko too far forward. I feel like they may have missed their timing just a little bit, and now this Arc Warden, like you said, has become a huge problem. This game goes on, it's bigger and bigger. He's got this Hurricane Pike now. He's got his BKB. They can't just get on top of him and blow him up anymore. He's too tanky.
Big, big issues now for the side of Haven Liberty.
Tier 2 tower mid about to go down. Speedo's illusion, and they commit nothing for it.
And that's a bit of gold there, but the Spark Wraith coming through onto the Duster. They've got Fuel in a bit of a precarious position.
Tower is under attack.
They want to go for this. It seems like they want to continue to charge forward, but that might not be the play. Duster, Shadow Amulet, TP. Oh, man. Okay. That is skin of his teeth right there.
It does manage to get out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Hiko's got his next item queued up. 20 talent is going to help him out a lot with this. That Little Shredder uses your attack damage on top of that MKB, then he'll start tearing through heroes, and it'll be a little bit more difficult for them to get on top of him and punish me before that, along with his Little Shredder. It's getting off 6 auto attacks near instantly.
Worthy tribute.
The MKB procs will be blowing people up. For now, though, Brazil's king.
There's the BOA, losing that Tempest double once again. What does Hiko... Okay, so he's not going for the Desolator after the BKB. He's going MKB Daedalus. See how that works out. Hiko's got almost as much CS as the Arc Warden.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I was telling you at the start of the game, this Scatter Blast ability pretty good for... Ooh, look at Duster. It says, "Get down, Mr. President!" Saves Hiko's life from that stray arrow.
Quite the archer.
So his accuracy has been going up as his game's been going along as well.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely been a little bit more effective with the arrow. I think really Haven have done a good job of kind of avoiding Team Brazil for the moment. And I say that as it looks as though they're about to engage. That could be a problem with the Abyssal Blade used onto the Mirana, and now they've got the silence as well as the Mortimer's Kiss is coming out, and they might have been a little bit too late. They've got themselves Moonlight Shadow, not Midnight Shadow, and Costa Viola is trying to do what he can with the blink forward from the Rolling Thunder of King RD. Sonic Wave used, Sexy Fat. He's gonna die. So just as I say they've been avoiding them well, it, well, ends with them losing too.
Fortunately, it does go down there. There was the arrow, was the observer ward up in those trees, so there was no, or up on the hill there, so there was no hiding behind those trees. But paired with that sentry there, 2 heroes going down. But again, that wasn't the hero you wanted to commit on without anyone else nearby to help you out with the damage. You can't bring down Flea that fast by yourself. And of course, he survives that initial Abyssal Blade jump. You're going to get punished for it because suddenly you're out of position. He's still got that Yules and Leap charges. He's going to end up getting away. And he did.
Barracks are under attack.
Yules Meteor Hammer down on the Tempest double, but they've already lost the Phoenix, and they don't get the Tempest double yet. Finally it falls, and more gold for Hiko. He's probably killed that Tempest double about 4 or 5 times. Oh, gobble up, spit out, now right on to Costa Vile. We'll be okay though. Pick up Scotty, the Fire Snap Cookie RDO away, but there's the blink forward, the Rolling Thunder. Sonic Wave is on cooldown, so as these heroes group up beside of Haven Liberty, it's not really going to be pushed back from a Sonic Wave. The Supernova gets used and really doesn't do much either. They lose Duster, they lose Sexy Fat, and Team Brazil, honestly, probably ready to commit now that they've got Sonic Wave up once again.
It feels like these jumps from RDOs, like his positioning, he's just always been a bit off this game. He needs to be in front of the team, yeah, but his jumps with the Abyssal Blade have just gotten him punished, and then suddenly he's not had it in times that it's been important to have it. That time he jumped on top of, what was it, the Arc Warden there, and then he ended up just getting Yules up. And then suddenly he didn't have it when it was super important to be able to commit onto the Pangalia.
He uses Mortimer's Kisses there, but like it just doesn't feel effective. The damage just, you know, gets healed up thanks to the Guardian Groups.
And spam as they might, they got Abaddon here, keeping everyone topped up with the Dream Coils as well.
So take out the Tempest double once again. Now it's on cooldown for another 19 seconds. The Tempest doubles BKB down to 6 seconds. Ooh, little Shredder, okay. Level 20 talent, doing some work. With that Daedalus, it definitely would feel that much better. That Daedalus is very far behind.
Just managed to finish that MKB. He is going to have huge damage at the moment, though, just with that MKB and the little Shredder with the 20 talent.
Arrow flies in, just misses Hiko. Flame Break throwing out full heroes once again.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
We'll slowly siege this, take the tier 3. Creeps, well, they're going to push in top, they're going to push in mid. They've got all but this bottom set of racks done for. They've got the silence onto the Ursa, the Abyssal Blade is used. Now he's in the Static Storm, so can they get the kill on a 40R? He'll pop the BKB, he'll blink his way out. Now they get the kill on a Phoenix. Look over at the rest, but the BKB is caught by Costa Bile. The Phoenix down as well as the Bat Rider. This is really going to be a hard fight for the side of Haven Liberty. They'll use the Sonic Wave, RDO all by himself. He'll end up dead, taking out Duster. The only one to survive for right now is Hiko, but as he tries to TP back to the base, he won't make it, and GG's already been called. Can they kill him before the throne explodes? No, they can't. Very well done there by Team Brazil.
Yeah, Team Liberty looked like Haven Liberty looked like a really strong draft and plan that they had at the start of that game. But I feel like they missed their timings. Hiko was a little bit too far forward, and RDO's positioning on that Ursa needed a lot of work. And again, they didn't come online fast enough. Once they did have everything they needed, they just started getting kited around these team fights. It took a couple suboptimal fights, and after that, they didn't have what they needed to get on top of people and blow them up fast enough. And Brazil ran away with the game.
Yeah, Team Brazil, you could see, never really falling behind much at all in this game, and at the end of the day, they end up taking it pretty easily. And, you know, despite the decent play from Hiko over mid with the Snapfire, it just wasn't what they needed. The Ursa never really was able to do anything. Even with that Abyssal Blade, it felt like it just came online a little bit too late for them. And overall, Team Brazil playing that much better than Haven Liberty. It's not to say that Haven Liberty didn't play well at times. There were things to write home about for them, but they needed to clean it up a little bit, and I think they can be there, and this could be another 1-1 split. So we'll see. It'll come down to the drafts, I think, a little bit more as well, just like the first series did. So, you know, we've got a lot of hope for Haven Liberty, but Team Brazil right now looking good and feeling good. So game 2 coming up next between Team Brazil and Haven Liberty. Stay right there. We'll be back in just a moment. I'm a caster BCop, joined here by Neff at BCop92 on Twitter, at NeffSensei on Twitter. Follow us to know when we're casting next. We're casting next in just a couple of minutes when we come back with game 2, so stay tuned. We'll see you in a second.